English Listening Practice. Episode 4. How to Break a Bad Habit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Listening Practice from English Learning Hub. My name is Emily, and I will talk slowly and clearly. Today, I want to talk about something very important: how to break a bad habit. You might be wondering, what is a habit? Well, a habit is something we do over and over again without even thinking about it. It could be something nice, like brushing your teeth every morning, or something not so good, like biting your nails. When we do something so many times, it becomes automatic. For example, saying good morning when you see someone is a habit, and it's a really kind habit. But sometimes, we pick up habits that are not so good for us, habits that might hurt our health, our feelings, or even our friendships. Maybe you bite your nails when you're nervous, or perhaps you spend too much time playing video games. Even though these actions might feel good for a little while, they can cause problems later on. It might seem a little strange, but sometimes our brains really get used to doing certain things. When we do an action, our brain sends us a little happy message called a reward. This makes us feel good for a short time. That's why we sometimes do things we know aren't very healthy. They give us that quick burst of comfort. For example, scrolling on social media might make you feel excited when you see fun pictures and stories. But too much of it can stop you from doing other fun and healthy things. So, how do we break a bad habit? I like to think of it as a fun adventure, like being a superhero who is learning to defeat a villain. First, you need to know which habit you want to change. Think about something you do often that might not be so good for you. Once you have that in mind, try to understand why you do it. Do you scroll on social media when you're feeling bored or left out? Understanding why you do it is a big step in stopping the habit. After that, it's important to decide on a goal. What would you like to do instead of your old habit? Maybe you could keep your hands busy by drawing, reading a book, or playing outside. Replacing a bad habit with a positive one gives you something new to focus on. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Talk to a friend, teacher, or parent about your goal. They can cheer you on and help you remember your plan. Changing a habit takes practice, just like learning a new game. Every day, try to do your new habit and celebrate even the little wins. It might be hard at first, but every small step you take is a victory. And always remember to be kind to yourself. Mistakes are okay because they are a part of learning. I want to share a story with you about a boy named Steve. Steve loved to play video games all day. He played until it was almost time for bed, and because of that, he missed out on the fun of playing outside with his friends. Steve knew that spending too much time on video games and social media wasn't good for him, and he wanted to change his habit. One sunny day, Steve made a plan. Instead of playing video games for so many hours, he would play outside for 1 hour every day after school. It wasn't easy at first. He still wanted to play his games and check his social media, and sometimes he forgot about his plan. But with help from his family and teachers, who reminded him of the fun and benefits of playing outside, Steve began to enjoy his new routine. He ran, played with his friends, and laughed a lot. Even though he still played games sometimes, he no longer spent the whole day on them. Steve found a healthier habit that made him feel happy and strong. Now I'd love for you to join me in a little exercise. Think for a moment about one habit you do every day. It might be something you really enjoy, or maybe something you wish to change. If it's a habit you'd like to change, try to understand what makes you do it. Is it because you feel a little sad, bored, or even excited when you see something fun online? And then imagine a fun or healthy habit you could do instead. Maybe instead of thinking too much, you could draw a picture, play chess with a friend, or read a story. Think about someone who could help you on this journey. A friend, a parent, or a teacher who can cheer you on. You can even write these thoughts down in your notebook to help remember them. I also want to share a few simple ideas that might help you. One idea is to make a chart on a piece of paper. Every day that you do your new habit instead of the old one, put a sticker on your chart. When your chart is full, reward yourself with something small and fun. Another idea is to take deep breaths. When you feel like spending too much time on social media, try taking a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for a few seconds, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth. This can help you feel calmer and in control. Sometimes talking to someone can also help a lot. When you feel the urge to fall back into an old habit, share your feelings with a friend or family member. Explaining how you feel can help you understand your emotions better and find a new way to feel better. Also, try to keep a little note with a positive message, like, "I can do this," somewhere you can see it often. It can be a great reminder when you need a boost. Imagine for a moment that you are a hero on a mission. Picture yourself sitting quietly, and suddenly you feel the urge to check your social media accounts on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. You know that spending too much time scrolling might stop you from doing something fun like playing or reading. At this moment, you have a choice. You could continue scrolling and miss out on other exciting activities, or you could put your phone away, take a deep breath, and focus on something else. Choosing the calm, quiet option helps you be kind to yourself and others, and it helps you build a stronger habit of doing healthy activities. I believe that breaking a bad habit is just like planting a seed. You need to water that seed with practice and patience. Even if you make mistakes, keep trying, because every little step counts. One tip I always like to share is to celebrate your progress. Every time you make a good choice, even a small one, give yourself a little cheer. It might be a high five, a smile, or even a sticker on your chart. These little celebrations help remind your brain that you are doing something really good. As we talk together, think about what we've learned today. We talked about habits, both the good ones and the ones we'd like to change. We learned that our brains sometimes reward us for doing certain things, which is why bad habits can be hard to break. But we also learned that with a little understanding, a clear goal, and some support from friends or family, you can replace a bad habit with a positive one. I have a fun activity for you right now. Grab a notebook or some paper and start a habit journal. In your journal, write down the habit you want to change and draw a picture that shows you doing your new positive habit. Every day, write a sentence about how you did. Did you remember to try your new habit? How did it make you feel? At the end of the week, you can look back and see how much progress you've made. This journal will be a special place where you can see your own story of growth and success. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a heartfelt message. Breaking a bad habit is a journey, and like any journey, there will be ups and downs. Sometimes you might feel frustrated, and that's okay. Every time you try again, you're getting a little stronger. Think of it like climbing a mountain. Sometimes you need to take a break, and sometimes you might slip. but each step brings you closer to the top. And when you finally reach the top, you'll look back and feel very proud of yourself. It's important to remember that you're never alone on this journey. There are always people who want to help you, friends, teachers, and family members. And if you ever feel stuck, remember the strategies we talked about today. Take a deep breath, think of your goal, and try again. Even if you sometimes make mistakes, know that every attempt is a victory. Sometimes you might wonder, what if I try very hard but still slip back into my old habit? That is completely normal. Changing a habit takes time and practice, and every little effort counts, even if you sometimes make mistakes. And what if your friend is trying to break a bad habit too? It's a great idea to support each other. You can remind one another of your goals and share your habit journal tips to help both of you stay on track. Maybe you're wondering, how do you know if a habit is really bad? Think about how it makes you feel or if it causes problems at school or at home. If you're not sure, it's always a good idea to talk to a grown-up who can help you understand. For example, if you find that you are spending too much time on social media, you might try setting a timer for a little while and then switching to another activity, like drawing or reading a book. Having a plan can really help you change that habit. Before we finish today, I want you to imagine one more thing. Think of yourself as the hero of your own adventure. Imagine that you have a secret action plan to change one small thing every day. Maybe it's putting your phone away when you feel like scrolling, or maybe it's switching from too much screen time to a fun game outside. Each time you succeed, even just a little bit, remember to cheer for yourself. You can say out loud, "I can do it," and feel proud of every step you take. Thank you so much for joining me today and listening to our podcast about breaking bad habits. I hope you feel inspired and ready to take on your own adventure. Every day is a new chance to become a better version of yourself, and every little victory is something to celebrate. Remember, changing a habit is not something that happens overnight, but with practice, support, and a lot of heart, you will succeed. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Until next time, keep smiling, stay positive, and always believe in yourself. Goodbye, everyone.